Folks at home, welcome back to the Backyard Bass Pond. Sorry for the lack of videos lately. We've had a lot of projects going on at the farm, but we're back to our normal upload schedule now. All of the pond pets are happy and healthy, so let's start off with an underwater update on all the pets. Check this out, guys. Bonnie and Clyde are actually sleeping in the same cave together. This may be some really good news for the spawn. Can't wait for that. And our black crappie outlaw is doing good. I love its colors this time of year. It's got that really good black and white pattern when the water gets really cold. But one of the fan favorites is our giant bluegill Jekyll. He's the one that we're trying to grow to state record size. My gosh, he's gotten big. When we got him, he was just over a pound, and he's probably pushing 2 pounds now. Keeping him on that protein diet, and he is getting thick. And some of you may have seen in the past, some of the baby Ninja Turtles escaped over into our big pond. And here's a good shot of one of them playing around in the grass, working his way up to the top. But we're going to try to give you a full update on all the baby Ninja Turtles later in this video. But we have a lot of flooded creeks out at the farm right now, so one of the things we thought about doing in this video was going out and trapping some crawfish to feed all of our pets. So let's head out to the farm. Alright folks, we're back here at the farm, and one of the first things I want to update you guys on is the pond build. So if you see all these pink flags out here, that's the perimeter of the pond we've got marked off. We got some geotech engineers to come out and drill 5 holes in different spots of the pond to let us know what type of soil we had under the surface. And we had some good news and bad news. The first thing is most all of our soil is sandy clay, which makes it really easy to excavate because there's not any rocks or anything that's going to cause a problem. The bad news is that sandy clay doesn't hold water. So we have to excavate this entire area, basically dig the entire pond out, and then haul clay in and put a 2-foot clay liner throughout the entire pond, as well as build the dam up with clay. So we got 2 problems: finding that amount of clay to haul in, and it could also get very expensive. And just to give you guys an idea of how much clay we're talking about, this could be anywhere from 800 to 1,000 dump truck loads of clay. We're also looking into an alternate solution of lining it with bentonite, but we're working out those fine details with our pond contractor right now. Hopefully in the next video we'll have all those details figured out and we'll be beginning the pond build. Alright, now it's time to bait up the crawfish traps. You know what we like to use, basically just a ham sandwich or some dog food. And what I like to do is get these little small containers, and I'll put the food in there. That way the crawfish can't come in and pinch through and eat it. They actually have to go into the trap. That's what it looks like baited up. The water at the creek should be high, and we should be able to catch some mud bugs. Yep, the creek is flooded. So that's usually where the creek starts, back there. And all of this is flood water. We've gotten a lot of rain. Look at the current flowing over there. A lot of rain in the past couple weeks, but we're gonna go pick a deep spot right over here. It's a perfect spot right here. A little deep hole, a lot of current, flooded water everywhere. So I'll have to admit, this creek is pretty fishy looking. If you guys would like to see me come back in here with my little micro rod and try to catch another pet for the aquarium, just leave a comment down below and I'll bring the rods back when we come to check the trap. Alright, now let's step into the barn office, because this is hands down the coolest thing we've done out here on the farm so far. We installed that dome camera. So let's go back and look at some of that footage that we've gotten from it. Guys, I love this camera. Check out the zoom on this thing. I feel like you can zoom a mile away and it's still a really good picture. That is crazy to see the detail that you can see. I can basically look at the entire farm from my computer or my phone at any given time. And not only that, it has a really good nighttime picture. So I can't explain the technology, but you can zoom a half a mile away and still see really good at nighttime. So I've watched all the deer and different animals on this property for months now. We got a really big herd of deer. Check out this one clip. I was watching one night. There were about 20 deer out in the field, and then they all disappeared, and shortly after, this is what happens. A coyote comes creeping up, and watch him lay down in the middle of the field. And he sits there for about 10 minutes. And the crazy thing is, he even closed his eyes at one time, I think to prevent the reflection from coming off of it, but he was very stealthy. And then once the deer start moving back in, he goes in for the attack, and I think he chases a little small deer across the field here. Don't think he ended up getting it, but that was still some really cool footage. But we basically watched the deer herd throughout the winter. We didn't hunt any on the property this year. There was a lot of numbers, but we wanted to watch a lot of these deer grow. We got to see the rut come through, a lot of different bucks coming through, chasing does. And really, I could just sit back and watch it all happen from this camera. And the main reason that we got this camera is once we start the pond build, I want to do a live stream from day one all the way through. If it takes 4 weeks or 8 weeks, I want to do a live stream all the way through so you guys can watch each stage of the pond build and as it progresses. Speaking of that, if any of you guys have heard about Elon Musk's new Starlink, we really need to get that thing going because the speeds that we have out here in the country aren't really great, so I can stream it, but it's kind of spotty. It loses connection a good bit, but that Starlink should be able to give us really good speed. So we're supposed to be getting that around the summertime, but hopefully we can do it before the pond build. So here was another crazy thing. We had a buck following a doe across the peanut field, and he came right up to where our shed is and literally started scraping and sniffing a tree limb right beside the shed. And see if you guys notice any little eyes down below him. Turns out there were 3 little rabbits sitting right below where he was scraping. But I'm still just amazed at how good of quality the picture is on this. But it's a good way to learn about all the different animals on the property. Alright, time to feed our boy Moby. He looks hungry tonight. Ooh. Man, still aggressive as ever. So the spawn is right around the corner, and last year we had a lot of issues with the bass and bluegills fighting over spawning turf. So this year we're going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to split them up, hopefully, and I'll put a divider in the pond and have the bass on one side and the bluegills on the other. And hopefully we can see our first Bama fry. Last year the bluegills spawned, and we got a lot of baby bluegills, but Bonnie laid her eggs and Clyde never fertilized them, so we didn't have any baby bass. But this year I've got really high hopes. So check out some of this green growth that we've had on the waterfall this winter. I'm not sure if it's a moss or what type of plant it is, but it looks pretty cool. Had a lot of you guys asking about the Ninja Turtles in the last video, so let's get over here and see if we can give you an update. The water's a little bit dirty, so I'm not sure that we're going to be able to see them, but 3 out of the 5 baby Ninja Turtles have escaped and made it up there into the big pond. So we still have 2 turtles left in here and a little small bluegill. But during the winter they stay down low. We can't really get them to come out in the sun or do much at all, so I'll try to clamp a GoPro here on this fence and do a long time lapse and get the 2 that are left in here coming up pretty soon. But alright folks, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you're subscribed so you can follow along with all the different projects we have going on out at the farm this year. Thanks for watching this one, and we will see you all next time.
We're pretty looking people, but I can tell you people, they were the devil's children.